Hello, this is Sweetseductiveasmr, and I've had some requests to do a video of very close talking where I speak about how me and my husband actually met, and well, we were friends, not to begin with, but we went to the same high school together. It was an advanced placement institution where we were placed in higher ability learning, I guess it's called. And he was very much older than I, and so I guess not very much, but by some amount of years that we were never in the same class at once. So I would see him from afar, and I thought that at a certain point he had already graduated, and I was like, why would he come back to this horrible place, so strict of learning? Does he just like it so much? Is he that much of a suck up to the teachers? And I only learned much later that he came back to that school frequently to pick up my friend, which was also his friend, for a class that they shared at a university, and they would carpool there together. But I was very prejudiced, or you should say, I had very mean thoughts about him at the time, and I was like, why does he come back here? I judged very much, and the one incident that we both recall, I had been walking to one of my classes, I think it was Calculus 2, when I was 17, and I saw him in the hallway waiting for a friend, and I was like, oh, why is he still here? And I just glared at him like a very mean person. I glared at him. So isn't that sad? That's all we remember of it. But and much later, in like many years later, then that same friend of ours, who was still our friend, I meet up with him, or I used to live, we meet up with him every summer, and just happened to that summer, he was like, let's stop at my friend's house because he makes his own pizza and you can drink his beer that he makes. And I'm like, oh, I hate beer. I'm like, I don't drink beer, but I'll go for the pizza. So we stopped at his house, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's that guy that I was always like, so weird, what is he doing here? And it just happened to be the same young man. And so I was like, well, you're here over the summer too, seem okay, how about we hang out, because I have no one else to really be with at the time. It's like everyone was gone that summer and everyone was somewhere else, and so he of course thought I was just, saying that to brush him off and get him out of my hair or something. But I wasn't. I was actually pretty sincere about it. And then we met each other again for a short amount of time before a fireworks occasion in the summertime, and he was okay. He's very, very quiet though. But really, I hadn't intended to meet up with him at all. I was only going on a whim to this fireworks thing because I had another a young man that I was meeting at this fireworks, and I wanted to watch them with him, and I thought he was kind of cute. And we actually, all three of us, hung out, and we had such a wonderful time together. It was so much fun, just talking and walking around and seeing the sights, things. But then at the end of the evening, my future husband left for a short period of time to go grab some of his homebrew from his trunk of his car, and my gentleman caller that I liked, he had been drinking whiskey, and he started putting the flirt on me, the moves on me, like in a very mean way, like he was trying to get me alone and like things like that, and that scared me a lot, so I just I ran home. I ran home and I broke my sandal running home. And it was kind of funny, I guess, in retrospect, but at the time it was scary. And then the next day I wrote to my future husband, and I was like, are you okay? Da, da, da. We didn't see you again. And I explained what happened, and then he was like, well, there's more fireworks happening today. How about we hang out? So I was like, yeah, sweet. So I did, and it was cute. And we saw fireworks, and we had fried cheese curds. Oh gosh, they're so good. Ah, crunchy. And yes, and soda, and we watched the fireworks. But I got bitten by lots of mosquitoes, and that was not as fun. Do not enjoy itching. So that was kind of our story, and then we just had nothing else to do the rest of the summer, and he took me stargazing. That was very nice. I've never actually done that before, so first time, I guess. And then I guess he's more like it's more serious after that, because just as we were starting to go out, I got very sick and I had to have surgery, and so it's not quite as romantic. But he was there, and he was not frightened of how serious it was, and he was just very faithful and quite he's a very gentle person, though. I'm a lot more. He has this phrase in German. It's like, it means basically you're as fiery as your hair. Like, I'm very like, get this done, let's do this, yeah. And like, I'm a bit passionate about stuff, and he's like quiet and gentle, and he never says anything mean about anybody, even if they're terrible people. He just never says anything mean. So I guess we match each other quite well in that way. But and then the second part of the request was how to keep a lasting marriage, or what is the secret to having a good relationship. And that is so subjective to so many people. You know, everybody has their own way of being and their own types of relationship. And the only thing that I can offer is, number one, always to have a huge basis of friendship before any kind of romance would ever occur. Like, I didn't look at my husband and be like, wow. It wasn't sexual. It was very much, he was kind, he was gentle, he was a little funny, and we really had a lot of the same types of interests in life, and conversations, and so that's very important, is friendship. So you can trust this person, you can feel as though they will always be your best friend and always have your back. And if there's trust, then there won't be any of the jealousy if someone talks to another gender, or there'll be no anger about certain things, because you're like, yeah, it's fine, they can do what they want, I trust them. And I always give him his space, even though he doesn't give me enough space. It's like I'm always trying to get my work done, and then he's like, hey, guess what, blah 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 blah. It's adorable, but oh my gosh, sometimes I just have to say, okay, these are my boundaries, I have healthy boundaries, I need to have some space right now, I really want to get work done. And so, you know, that's funny, because actually he just tried to interrupt me like before I started this video, and I had to tell him, no, go away. I was like, please give me like half an hour, okay? So I hope that this is a good video then, because I kicked him out for it. And of course, respect, but there's a lot of really deep kind of actual caring. Like, I chose to love him. It was a choice, and I definitely decided upon it. Every day it's a choice of how I'm going to interact, and you know what I'm going to say, because the situations that befall us, like taxes, school, illness even, we cannot choose what happens in our life, but we can choose pretty much how we interact, how we respond to it. So I try to every day be very conscious about being a gentle person and not getting angry. And honestly, we can't sweat the small stuff in a partnership. It's like And everything is the small stuff. Don't get angry because someone forgot to do the laundry, or someone was doing X, Y, or Z. It's like, what really matters in the end is being gentle and kind, and your lasting impression on another person's life. I mean, this is another human being, a very fragile and special creature that was put on this earth, that happened to come in contact with you, and you love them, and so treat them with that kind of love and respect. Yes, I talk a good game, but sometimes I forget. I do try consciously, though. This is a dried rose. Didn't dry very well, it got kind of brown. See, some of it's okay though. But it really comes down to your incredibly heartfelt intent for the other person. Like, every day, yes, I do make every meal for my husband, but that is our partnership of how we help each other. He never expects, or what's the word? I guess it is expects. He never exactly assumes I'm going to do things for him like that. He's always very honestly grateful when I do. But I do this because it's what I can do. And it's fun. And he can do stuff like taxes. I hate taxes. And because I trust him implicitly, I give him all my passwords. He knows, our banking account is joint, and I don't care. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. You deal with that stuff. I'll do, fun stuff that I can do. But that also does help you. So in that way, we are working together as a team. There's lots of teamwork. And it probably did help that I got sick right away when we were just starting to go out, because then we didn't have that, the phrase is honeymoon period, where a couple is very much obsessed with one another, passionately, and like, oh, we're beautiful. So I don't really, we've never put each other on a pedestal. We see each other with a kind of reality that is not quite common in many relationships. But I still like putting him on a pedestal sometimes. I don't know. I see the reality of him, and you live together. It's like there's. Okay, ladies, let's just be honest. Men are gonna fart. And they do it a lot. And it's like, you're like, oh god, just not by me. Do it over there. That's when you know it's love, when you have a man who will go into the next room and fart so they don't smother you. But, so I guess that's all I really have to say about it at the time. It's alright, everyone. Please be well and take care of yourselves. And I will see you soon.